Hello everyone, welcome back. So I've not done a I've not been recording for a few days, just to get a bit more excitement back into it. I think it started to really drag a little bit, and it just seemed like I was repeating myself pretty much every time I was doing a battle. So I thought I'd have a little bit of a break and just put up my Cobra TI Let's Play with George Stan. If you've not watched that, don't forget to go and watch that episode. I'll try and put it in the little eye up here and go and see that. Right, so in this battle here, this is a 4v4, and let's just start off with the players. So over here we have Spartan Commander of the Brotherhood clan, and he is right up against my army here. He's yeah, so he's right up against my army. We also have King's member Tigranes, and we also have Kornovi. It's just called himself I in this. So we've started off with a bit of a skirmish on this flank against Ace, and he is the Greek faction. And we've got Terrible Turk, and he is the Armenians. We also have Indy, and he is the Brutii. And then we also have Craterus, who is a newish player, and he is the Brutii as well. So let's get straight into it. So obviously we've got this skirmish that's happening over here. Tig's Cav is getting very, very isolated, and Kornovi is trying to go over to help. However, myself and Spartan Commander have left our Cav over here on the right flank, but these guys are going to get very isolated, I think. Well, I do believe what they need to do is they need to be shooting these infantry units, I think. Give these a bit of a battering. But I did say to Spartan Commander, advance, and then we'll attack on this flank to maybe take off, or to create a bit of pressure on this flank to hopefully give a bit of an opening for Tig and Kornovi on the other flank. But as you can see, Spartan Commander's come out really far to this flank, which has left a bit of a gap. I think he's sort of trying to entice them into it, because once they attack, if our cavalry units, I suppose, charge in from this flank, you got Germania coming over as well to give a bit of support. I'm not too sure that Germania actually do much in this battle, but I'm trying to fire in some flame arrows to try and lower the morale of these front units. But Indy has done quite a good job, and he's put quite a few units in the front to try and stop any like with the peeler and things like that. So I told Spartan Commander to basically attack, because as you can see we've got these Greek units coming over, so I've decided to retreat slightly because I didn't want to get snagged up on the Greeks while the Urbans could attack. I didn't want that to happen. So there's a massive skirmish over here. I think we're going to pretty much lose this skirmish, because as you can see we're going up against pikes here. It's not the best idea, it's not the best thing to do to run straight into pikes here. You know, we need to be shooting these here with everything we've got. We've lost all that cav now, All the Cavs just ran away. I've thought about coming over to help, but I do stop. I don't get over there. I do stop where I am, because I think we find a gap over here. Yeah, I've just thought to myself, well, there's all these cavalry units going over for support. There's all these Spartans over here as well. There's all these cavalry units. You know, I just didn't want to lose my cav so easily. So Tig is going over to try and support his cavalry with his infantry here. So over on this flank, it's just basically just a stalemate at the moment. But I'm just moving forward to try and entice them to attack me. But as you can see, there's a bit of a gap here where the Spartans are not where they're not there. What we could have done with is these guys here coming over this way. So Tigger stopped and realised that, you know, this is a bit of a forlorn hope. You know, there's no saving these guys over here. So he's decided to send his infantry back towards us so that we could attack it. So I've got my cav over here. I'm just trying to take them out to the flank so I could get hopefully a better charge in here. We got these Germania guys coming over as well. We've got Sparta Commanders cavalry quite far behind us, but we do have a lot of these Greek city-states coming back. So because I've gone in for an attack, I'm trying to break this unit here. So we've just broke a few units over on the flank here. Spartan commanders just retreated very slightly. I'm just trying to send in my infantry units here. I'm just taking out my cavalry to try and hit the cav that's coming our flank. My cav all have like one chevron on, so I'm hoping that we could do something there. I've seen all these Spartan hoplites coming over, so I'm sending over a few of these, a few of my urban cohorts to try and hold this, hold behind Tig's army, because I know that if we get surrounded here, we're going to be pretty much screwed. So I've sent over a few units to try and protect his flank, but his whole entire army is just pretty much disintegrated. With the Greeks and the Cratakus's army and Indy's army all around there. So basically the best I can do is just try and slow them down. I've got a few cavalry units around the flank, but you know, I'm not going to be able to do much with that. We've got our Germans in here trying to get him through the flank over here, but you know, it's pretty much dire if you know what I mean. My troops are pretty much just to try and hold everything back. There really isn't much that I can do here. You know, we're pretty much relying on Germania on this flank and Spartan Commander, especially as he's hitting from the flank. So he's just caused a little bit of a rout here. Two units routing, which is all good. Now I've put my general in Testudo. I didn't want my general to die. You know, if he could hold out as long as possible, this is great. But they've got a lot of units here that aren't really doing anything. They should be, you know, trying to come over to help this flank. So we've won this flank over here, but you know, we're not doing so well over here I've pretty much just tried to hold off the Spartans and the Brutii on this flank, but now we've got all these now we've got Turks cavalry round our flank here. Got some of my my units over here just coming back as well, but it's going to be very difficult to win from the position that we are now. We've just broke a Greek unit, or a few more units are just starting to break here, probably because of maybe the berserkers or whatever. But as you can see, I'm getting really isolated over here with my units. I'm doing a nice charge here. I think these two units break because I've done sort of a slice charge into them. There you go, I've just broke those 2 units. 3 units. You know, a lot of their units are just starting to break, but I think it's all the work that is being done over on this flank with Spartan Commander, with me holding off the Greeks as much as I possibly could. I've just sent in some units here to try and hold off these guys, but that didn't work so well. I've only got a few cavalry units left. Well, we've only got a few cavalry units left. A lot of the enemy units are starting to rout, but you know, we're getting pretty thin on the old troop side. Now we're just trying to send in all our troops now, because now these units are all surrounded. Sending in a few units, well, 2 cavalry units to try and break some of these units here. But as you can see, I'm still holding up, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 units with just 2 units over here. I've got, yeah, 2 units, 3 units maybe. I'm keeping my general out of the fight, but he's just standing behind my, well, not my general, my legionary first cohorts, just out of the fight for the moment, while my general was in the fight actually. Probably should have been the other way around, but you know, this is still a very close battle. I think they had the advantage when they took out the cav of Germania, but you know, they're sending in everything they have. I'm trying to send in my cav to do some strikes, but as I say, this is very close. They have quite a few more units than we do. As you can see, they're all you know, you got to remember their units are the Brutii and also the Greeks, and they also have a Armenian unit over here as well. They've got loads of flame arrows firing in, but we've got like a Spartan Commander unit here. You know, he needs to bring them in as well. Maybe if he could hold up these heavy spearmen, that would be great. We've got some archers over there, but they're fighting those archers. We don't have any other troops that we can use. You know, our units are just starting to break now. My legionary first cohort is in Testudo, and all my units are pretty much just broken. There we go. As you can see, the units are just starting to break. It was a really good battle though, I think. But on our left flank, if we hadn't lost our cav the way we did, I think we could have done a bit more on this flank. But as you can see, all the dead. Yeah, it was a really good game. Well played to everyone in it. Really well played to Spartan Commander on the right flank. I think he did really well to break through against the Brutii. So yeah, it was really good over there. And then I think that me holding off the Spartans for as long as we could. Helped out a little bit, but I think their teamwork was a little bit better than ours. But it was still a really good game, and Indy played really well. So did Krat. In fact, all of the opposition side played really well, and everyone on our side it was just one of those games that it could have gone either way. As it says there, average defeat. Most kills was from Indy, and it was 1,780 kills, which is pretty damn good. So, you know, well played to everyone in the game. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and thank you very much guys, and I will see you all very soon. Thank you.